Hello everyone, I am Dr. Mini Dhawan and today we will take up second part of chapter Money and Credit. Earlier we have read about money as a medium of exchange, forms of money and loan activities of the bank. Today we will discuss the second part of the chapter, that is credit. But before we start credit, I will discuss the role of bank. Now, what does the bank do? It acts as a mediator between rich and poor. I have told you earlier that people deposit excess money in bank. Bank accept deposits from the bank account holders who have excess amount and stores small portion of this amount as a provision for users who wish to withdraw money. Rest of the money is given as a loan by the bank to the Nidhi with an assurance to pay amount as a interest. So this is the role of the bank. The depositors, they deposit their extra amount of the money in the bank, and bank, it gives the borrower loan with a promise of repayment of loan with the interest. So interest charge on loan is always higher than the interest paid on the deposits. So the difference between these is actually the earning of the bank. Now we will see two different credit situations, but before this I will let you know what is credit. In simple terms, credit is loan. See, credit is an arrangement in which lender supplies the borrower with the money, goods or services in return for the promise of future payments. Now we will see two different situations, and in both the situation credit is taken, but they end up in different ways. In first scenario, shoe manufacturer receives an order of 3,000 pair of shoes to be delivered in a month. To complete the order, he needs resources such as workers, raw material. He asked raw material supplier to supply raw material, and now he promises to pay him later, that he'll pay after the whole of the raw material is being consumed. He then obtains loan in cash as an advanced payment from the person who has given the order. This way he has solved his present working capital needs. At the end of the month, he is able to complete the order and earn money. In the second scenario, a farmer Swapna took loan from a moneylender to meet expense of crop cultivation. Due to bad weather, crop fails. The farmer is now able to repay the loan? No, she is not able to repay the loan. Over years, the loan grows to a large amount. Interest पर भी interest लगना शुरू हो जाता है. This situation is called debt trap. ना तो लोन वापस कर पाया, ना ही interest दे पाया. The farmer is now caught in the debt trap, and to pay off the debt, farmer has to sell some of his land. In this case, the credit creates negative impact on the business. So credit can bring negative or positive impact on person's life. See, we have to see whether credit will be useful or how much risk is there in the situation, and whether there is some support in the case of loss or not. So credit situation can turn into good or worse. Terms of credit. While giving the loan, the lender has to check for security of future payment. For that, he has to sign an agreement with the borrower which specifies terms of credit. He wants to be sure कि भाई पैसा वापस तो आएगा ना. So वो एक agreement बनवाता है. An agreement, it consists of rate of interest, then collateral security, कुछ mortgage रखता है, and documentation and mode of repayment. इनको हम terms of credit बोलते हैं. In case if the borrower fails to repay the loan, फिर क्या होगा, what will happen then? The lender has right to obtain his amount by selling the collateral. जो सिक्योरिटी रखा था, जो लोन लेने वाले ने सिक्योरिटी में रखा था, उसको वो सेल कर सकते हैं. Terms of credit may vary from one credit arrangement to another. They may vary depending on nature of the lender and the borrower. Now, sources of credit क्या हो सकते हैं? Sources of credit, we can go to money lender, local traders, banks, cooperatives are there. Then people can go for loan to relatives. They can go to their friends. So these are all called sources of credit. So sources of credit can be formal as well as informal. Cheap and affordable credit is crucial for country's development. The various type of loans can be grouped as formal and informal sources of credit. RBI in India, it's a central banking institution. It supervises the functioning of formal sources of credit. RBI monitors the bank whether actually they are maintaining the cash balance or not. RBI also seek information regarding how much money a bank is lending and to whom the money is being given and at what interest rate. And it makes sure that bank give loan to every category of people, profit making business as well as the farmer. If this monitoring will not be there, then bank will not only give loans to the big business houses and not on high and on high interest rates. In short, formal sources work under the supervision of RBI, give loans on low rate of interest. They are following rules and regulations of the government, where informal sources they neither are under government organization nor any rule and regulation and charge very high rate of interest. तो ये तो हमने देखा formal and informal sources of credit. Now functions क्या हैं RBI के? RBI issues currency on the behalf of the central government. This is a major function. Only RBI can issue the currency. This I have taught you earlier also. It does regulation of money and credit, बैंक कैश रिजर्व रेशियो टू मेंटेन कर रहे हैं कि नहीं कर रहे हैं, कीप ट्रैक ऑन वर्किंग ऑफ अदर कमर्शियल बैंक्स ऑल्सो. RBI they also facilitate the banking activities for the central and state government. The rate of interest of formal lender is decided by RBI only. So here formal and informal credit. The formal sectors meet only about half of the total credit needs of the rural people. The remaining credit needs are met from informal sources. It is important that formal credit is distributed more equally so that the poor can benefit from the cheaper loans. It is necessary that banks and cooperatives increase their lending, particularly in the rural areas, so that dependence on formal sources of credit reduces. While the formal sector loans needs to expand, it is also necessary that everyone receives these loans. Self-help groups for poor. Poor households are still dependent on informal sources of credit because of the following reasons. One, banks are not present everywhere in rural India, and even if banks are present, getting a loan from a bank is much more difficult as it requires proper documentation and collateral. Collateral, I have told you, that is security. Now, to overcome these problems, people created self-help groups, SHGs. SHG are small group of poor people which promote small savings among the members. A typical SHG has 15 to 20 members, usually belonging to one neighborhood, and who meet and save regularly. Self-help groups, they are very recent phenomena. The members pool their savings. The collection is then utilized to lend small amounts of money which may be required by any of the members. The group charges very little interest on the loan. The arrangement of loan through self-help group is known as microfinance because the small amount of loan is involved. It was in Grameen Bank of Bangladesh, they experimenting with microfinance. The founder of Grameen Bank was Muhammad Yunus, and he was given Nobel Prize in 2006 for his efforts at improving the lot of poor. SHGs have developed immensely in reducing the influence of informal lenders in rural areas. Many big corporate houses are also promoting SHGs at many places in India. Advantages of self-help groups. It helps borrower to overcome the problem of lack of collateral. People can get timely loans for a variety of purposes and at a reasonable interest rate. SHGs are the building blocks of organization of the rural poor. It helps women to become financially self-reliant. See, any member of the group can take loan from SHG at an interest rate which is very small than what moneylender charges, and in 1 or 2 years the group becomes eligible to take loan from the bank without collateral. The loan is sanctioned in the name of the group. The most important feature of SHG is that most of these groups are organized by women and they become financially self-reliant. And the regular meetings of the group provide a platform to discuss and act on variety of social issues such as health, nutrition, domestic violence, etc. So now here the chapter comes to its end, and I will summarize what we have read in this chapter. Money is the medium of exchange which eliminates the need of the barter system, and it has several advantages. And old forms of money, we have seen that they were copper, gold, grains, etc. And modern money, currency is there, deposit in banks is there, demand drafts and checks are there. Now, to meet the present need of money, people often take loan from various sources such as banks, cooperatives, money lenders, etc. Bank keep a very small portion of the deposit as a cash and give major part as a loan to the borrower. Banks are used to deposit the user cash or to lend the money as a loan. The interest rate of borrower is higher than the depositor, thus the amount obtained from the interest minus interest given is main source of the income of any bank. Now, what is bank earning? Bank is earning whatever they are depositing, whatever they are giving as interest to people who have borrowed money from them, and whatever they are charging as an interest. I have to tell that bank, when we deposit money in bank, so bank is giving certain amount of interest on that money, and the people who are borrowing, so bank is taking certain amount of money as an interest from those borrowers. So credit is an arrangement that gives right to money lender that he can sell borrower's collateral to obtain his money. अगर लोन वापस नहीं कर पाता तो borrower को collateral यानी security को बेचा जा सकता है. Credit is essential part for any business. So as to meet the present need of the capital, credit is used. It is, it may vary between formal and informal sources. And at present, rich people, they receive credit from formal sources, while poor people, they are more dependent on informal sources. And to balance between rich and poor, the poor people should get credit from formal sources such as bank, etc. So now the topic has come to end, and I'll be meeting soon with another topic. Till then, take care.